Hi guys, and welcome back to Wardle Road, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on a few items I've been sent. Firstly, I've been sent this fairly substantial box of 3D printed items from Shedring Hobbies, and there's some really unique 3D printed items that I have yet to see on the market yet, so we're going to have a closer look at them. And also been sent, I'm sure you've heard of them already, Hunt's Couplings. So we'll have a little look at these as well. They've sent me 3 sample packs of various sizes. You've got the standard, the close, and the close steps. Now the close steps I haven't seen too many people look into, so I look forward to reviewing those. Also, the depot has made a huge amount of progress. Thank you to everyone who's been sending me point motors and bits and points and all sorts of stuff. Really, it's the depot has really started to come along, and hopefully my controller would have arrived by the time I do my next video. So fingers crossed for that. I got well, not the new, but the most recent Digitrax controller with all the levers and things, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, other than that, huge thanks to Hunt Couplings and Shedring Hobbies for sending me this stuff. They've not paid me to do any of this. This is all going to be off my opinion. So yeah, let's head over to the workbench and look at some 3D printed items. So first item out of the box, I'll also do some close-up shots of this as well, is the Shedring Hobbies cherry picker. And this is all 3D printed, as you can see in individual parts. The top base bit is fully rotatable. The wheels also move. Another great feature of this is that the bit where the person sits is fully extendable and flexible, so you can extend it all the way up to there. Obviously it's not prototypical, but absolutely brilliant. This slides in and out of there like that. So this would look great on any scene really, with building work or anyone working on street lights, etc. That's probably why I'm going to be using this on the motorway scene. Really pleased with it actually. This is for the first item I pulled out of the box as well. I think this is absolutely brilliant. Obviously it's got some detailing as well on the front and the back, and on the axle up here. As you can see, it is made in several different parts, as obviously each piece has got to be able to move. So yeah, really pleased with that. I think after a coat of weathering, I think that's going to look quite good in my little depot scene or on the motorway bit. So the second item I got sent, or items, is this lovely cement mixer and generator. Now again, not many of these items I've seen that often on eBay, etc. But as you can see, if I hold this up to the camera, I'll do some close-ups as well. The general quality is absolutely brilliant. And again, like the cherry picker, once it's weathered, I think this is going to look really nice. So next, they've sent me some, I think these are modern image bins. You'll see these a lot in like parks and playgrounds and things. The sort of, I'll pull them out, the black bins. I will leave a link in the description to their website as well, so you can go and check some of these out for yourself. And I will put on the screen now my discount code, which will give I can't remember what the exact percentage is, but I'll put it on the screen, and that'll be for the first 100 people who go and use it. So you'll have to be quick. So these are the 3D printed bins. And as you can see, even from close up actually, you wouldn't think they've been 3D printed at all. They look really nice. I don't think there's much you can do weathering wise on them. So we've had the modern day bins, the cherry picker, the cement mixer, the generator. Let's see what's next in the box. Okay, so we have 2 3D printed. I think no point me saying 3D printed over and over again, because everything here is 3D printed. Portaloos. Now these would be very common on building sites and in places where the toilets are being worked on. They leave these here as a replacement. So there's 2 of them in a pack. I'll hold them close up to the camera so you can see. I really do like these actually. My only criticism, if there was any, was that perhaps the door might be, if you've got like a marker pen or something, just to mark out that door entry a little bit clearer. But again, around the side it's got all the vents and everything, and it's a really nice piece. And again, you get 2 of them in a pack, so I think on any building site that's more than a substantial amount of toilets that you'll need. So I absolutely love them. I will find a use for them somewhere. I'm not sure if I'll need them in the depot, but you never know. Right, what have we got next? Definitely one of my favourite items, just because they're so expensive through Bachmann. I think for this you get 6 in a pack. So to start with, already better value than the Bachmann ones. So we'll have a look and see if they're as detailed as the Bachmann ones as well. I find with the Bachmann ones, I obviously with these as well, I will weather them up because they literally just sit on the platform and just gather dust until they're needed. But I don't think they use them half the time anyway. But of course, these are the salt bins, and I think these also come with, yep, salt and grit labels. So you can apply them to that, or you can just weather them up and have them. I think people would know straight away once they're on a platform what they would be used for. So I think they're pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't require much detail on these. Obviously it has got feet and things, and the obvious place where the hinges are. But no, fairly simple, but much better value I think personally than the Bachmann ones. They will all get used. Right, next up. Oh wow, we have a water transferred transit van. If I just take the case off this, with the Shedring Hobbies logos all over this, and of course I will find a place for this in a car park. Can never say no to a free van. Nice standard white transit, and I'll tell you what, that's been applied really well actually. I don't know how they managed to do it. I'd certainly struggle to get that as neat a job as they've done there. But of course I've put a close up now so you can see the contact number for Shedring Hobbies. Lovely little van that. Again, might need some weathering, although actually I'm tempted with this just to leave it as it is because of how much work and effort has gone into doing all the water transfers. That can't have taken a quick amount of time because, well, I certainly wouldn't have had the patience to do that, but that is absolutely stunning. So yep, that will go into a car park. Oh wow, now this is actually one of their list of items on the website. This is one I requested because again, Bachmann do the 1 ton bags, but as with everything, oh wow, they're quite heavy actually. They are quite expensive. So here you can see the 3D bag, the sort of 1 ton materials bag, and it does come with a bag of gravel as well. What's good about these is actually, because when I first saw them on the website, I didn't realise that they were sort of filled up the whole way. I thought I'd have to fill them, and I seen that amount of ballast and I thought that's not going to be able to fill all of these, but then I realised it's only actually a slight bit at top at the edge. So if you wanted to put sand or ballast or gravel, anything you wanted to put in here, you could do without having to use up too much of that material. And they're all the same. They look really nice, and again, wouldn't harm them to have a bit of weathering, as it's not very often you get these and see them nice and clean. And as I said before, these are quite heavy, so you can glue them down, but I think once they've got a bit of ballast on them, they'd actually sit quite well, especially if you're not moving your layout about. These would sit quite nicely down without having to stick them to anything. So what I'll do is now actually, I'm going to get a little bit of ballast in one of these just to see what it looks like, and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see there, I have now got some ballast in that, and it does look like the whole thing's full up. A very simple technique, obviously, just to have the top bit slightly lower, just for only a little bit of ballast without having to fill the whole thing up. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that actually. I think I just need to glue maybe a slightly higher mound on the top of that. But yeah, really pleased with them. So again, like everything here, I think I'll probably have all of these in the depot, because a depot can never have enough bags of ballast. So yeah, let's move on to the next item. There are 2 boxes here with some very special items in, but I will save them for the end because I think they're going to be, well, they're certainly my favourite, and hopefully they'll be your favourite as well, because they haven't yet been, well, one of them hasn't yet been released. I'm not sure about the other one. But next item in the box is a generator. This will probably be sitting behind a shed or something, or behind one of the sheds somewhere, for an emergency backup power. And of course you can attach this. If I get the van out, you can fix this to the bottom of the van, or any vehicle actually, and have the van towing it. So again, got lots of little bits of detail. Of course they've got their logo on it. The wheels do rotate as well, which is good. So if you did have a full fallow road system or something and had this attached to a vehicle, this would follow it around. And I think that's quite unique. That's something that I haven't seen much of actually, is trailers and things on vehicles. Nothing got damaged, everything arrived in one piece. But yeah, so we've got two different types of skips here. You've got the sort of standard one that would sit on the back of a low loader. Just your bog standard yellow skip really. Not really sure what I'm going to put in here yet. Probably going to be scraps of sleepers and things. But yeah, quality's good, nice and strong. Not really much more I can say about it really, but yeah, great value as always. And now this one's obviously a slightly bigger one. These are ones you'd probably find at dump sites and things where you walk up some steps and then chuck your rubbish into the top of that. So that's probably what I'll end up doing with this, is adding some form of steps and then making this some kind of recycling or general waste bin that can then be later taken away by a lorry. Right, so we come on to the final two items now. I have opened them already and had a quick sneak peek to make sure they didn't arrive damaged. But as you can see here, I have a little Bobcat digger, or Bobcat digger. And as you can see, oh, in front of the camera, I will do close-ups of all of these afterwards so you can get a clearer picture. But the wheels move as well. So if you've got this on a magnet, again, the fallow road system, this would work lovely. The digger is fully movable in both the sort of scooper section and the arms. They can all lift up. I don't think you can get in there to put a person in there, sadly, but obviously that's only a minor detail and something this small. I don't think you noticed that anyway. Again, it's got all its logoing and stuff on there, front, back and sides, and on the arms as well. So yeah, that's a really nice 3D printed. I haven't actually seen one of them before either. Like, I haven't seen them available to buy, so that's definitely something to look out for on their website. And finally, now when I spoke to them, they said this isn't actually released yet. However, they have sold them at a couple of shows, but I have never ever seen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never ever seen one of these available to buy, especially a 3D printed one as well. I've never seen anything like that. And what we have here is a street sweeper or road cleaner or whatever you want to call it, a 3D printed road cleaner. And can I just say, as I said, I've not seen anything like this. All the wheels move, all the parts have been screwed together. I'm really impressed with this, and I think what I might do later on actually is mount a flashing LED yellow light on top of this, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Again, it's got all the rear signage detailing and stuff, and it's got the images of the front headlights as well. The spinners at the bottom don't actually move, but of course for something this cheap I wouldn't expect it to move. But again, this will be available on there. I'm not sure when, but I'm sure if you get into contact them, they'll let you know when this is available. I know a lot of people in Facebook have been asking about where this cherry picker had come from, so all has now been revealed. I'm not sure how reliable this would be with the front sweepers on a fallow road system, but just to see something like this on a layout, I can't say I've ever seen it like it, and I'm so impressed with the quality of it as well. Like I've said a million times already, weathering wouldn't hurt it, as these things, I don't think I've ever seen a clean one of these in London. I have checked and I don't think you can get access into this cab. I'm sure they'll correct me if I'm wrong. But as you can see, all the parts have been bolted together. So if you don't want the sweepers on the front and you simply want this just as a Hoover type vehicle, if there's a slightly different diorama that you want to use it in, the sweepers at the front are removable. Again, I'll put some more close-ups of this on the screen. But yeah, I'm just completely in awe as to something like this being created. I can't say I've ever seen anything like this made so far. Same as the Bobcat and the cherry picker, to be honest with you. These are three items that I've hardly seen any of on the market. And if they have been, they've been really expensive. So I think these are not only good quality, but good value as well. So I'm going to put some shots on the screen now of everything here. And as well, the discount code will be on the screen for the first 100 people. And I will leave a link to Shedring Hobbies in the description. So yeah, let's take one final look over these items. Right, so my final items to look at today have been very kindly sent to me by Chris from West Hill Wagon Works and Chris from Hunts Heath, and these are the Hunt couplings. They've sent me 3 sample packs with the closed steps, close and standard coupling, and I'll take them out of the packages now and we can have a closer look. I know you've probably seen a million reviews on these already, but I thought I'd just give you guys my opinion on them, as I'm sure you've seen already that they've had some great reviews, and I can see why, to be honest with you, because from what I've seen, they are just brilliant. So in front of the camera here, as you can see, I have all the couplings out of the packaging, and they're already starting to want to stick to each other. Obviously, I think the only disadvantage that anyone's brought up so far, of course, is that you can only run wagons a particular way, as if you've got an A at one and a B at the other, you can't then swap it over and have 2 of the B polarities of the magnets going against each other, as they just wouldn't connect. But other than that, I can't find a single fault with these from the videos I've looked at. I'm gonna get some of these installed on some of my rolling stock and have a look. So I'm just gonna see how close I get before the magnet. So about 1 centimetre there. Yeah, just under 1 centimetre. Because obviously one thing is when you pull them apart and you want to take a wagon out, you don't want to then pull them apart and then as soon as you take your hand away, they then reconnect. So there's a right amount of distance there that you can separate them just slightly enough. And then obviously once you've replaced the wagon and put the new one back in, they just ping back together. And as you can see, they're literally sticking to everything metal at the moment. So yeah, let's go get these on some wagons and have a look at them on the layout. So you join me back over at the depot. These bits here still need to be stuck down, but this is all stuck down and these sheds have arrived. It's a bit of a sneak peek as to what's to come in my next update video, which will be the next video that comes out after this, I imagine. So yeah, I've got 2 LNER coaches here, both with the couplings that you can pull out and replace with the Hunt coupling. So I'm just going to pull them out now. You can also see as well, they don't protrude anywhere near as much as the original couplings on there. That came out much further. So they don't protrude half as much. Then we'll get the next one. As you can see, even if I was to break really sharp with this, you know, it hasn't come along and just parted. Let's just see how hard I can get it to go for it to actually come off. Oh, well there's the answer. You have to pretty much throw your carriage at the wall to get them to part. So yeah, don't throw your carriages at a wall, unless you're Stuart, who likes to drive trains off his layout. But yeah, they really require some effort to part them. So I'm really pleased with these, and once they've got some more in stock, I will leave a link to them in the description below. Once they've got some more in stock, I'm going to have to sort out all my wagons and coaches with these, because I think they look a lot neater than the traditional method, just because of how much closer they sit as well. Thought I'd just show you it going across a double slip as well. So as it comes off the straight here, I just follow the coach buffers to make sure they don't hit. You see they get fairly close at one point, however they don't hit each other at all as they go across, which is really good. See, just about there, that's as close as they get. And to be honest with you don't really want them swinging off each other as they go around bends, so I think that's just right actually. The links to both Shedring Hobbies and Hunt couplings will be in the description. Once again, thanks for everyone for watching. I'll leave this video off with some pictures of the depot progress so you guys can see what I've been up to. As you can see at the moment, there's no backboard because I decided that I need something slightly thicker as the paint was warping it. So yeah, I think that's everything. Don't forget to use the discount code at Shedring Hobbies, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.